told you that in many cases, colorectal cancer can actually be cured if it's discovered early enough. Most people don't realize this. When they hear the word cancer, they think it's always a life sentence. But the truth is very different. Colorectal cancer is one of the most preventable and treatable cancers we face today. And when it's caught in its earliest stages, the chances of living a long, healthy, cancer-free life are incredibly high. Let me share just one number with you. If colorectal cancer is found early, the 5-year survival rate can be well over 90%. That's not just hope. That's hard science. In today's video, I want to answer one very important question. Can early stage colorectal cancer be cured? We'll explore what early stage really means, how treatments work, and most importantly, what steps you can take to protect yourself and the people you love. So stay with me, because the answer could change the way you think about cancer forever. Part 2, what is colorectal cancer? So first, let's make sure we understand exactly what colorectal cancer is. The colon and the rectum are the last parts of your digestive system. They're like the body's final processing plant, absorbing water, storing waste, and then passing it out. Now, here's where cancer comes in. Inside the lining of the colon, tiny growths called polyps can form. Most polyps are harmless, but over time, some of them can slowly change, and that's how colorectal cancer begins. Think of it this way. A polyp is like a small weed growing in your garden. If you catch it early, you can pluck it out easily. But if you ignore it, that weed can spread its roots deep into the soil. That's exactly what happens in the colon. Polyps that are left undetected have the chance to grow, turn into cancer, and eventually spread to other parts of the body. And here's why this matters. Colorectal cancer is the third most common cancer in the United States, but it's also one of the most preventable. Because if we catch it when it's still just a polyp or in its earliest stages, we can remove it before it ever has the chance to spread. That's why understanding the nature of this disease isn't about fear, it's about empowerment. Part 3, what does early stage mean? Now that we know what colorectal cancer is, let's talk about a very important phrase, early stage. When doctors say early stage, we're usually talking about stage 0, stage 1, and sometimes stage 2. At stage 0, cancer is only on the surface of the inner lining of the colon. It hasn't grown into the deeper layers. Think of it like a weed that's sitting right on top of the soil. You can pinch it off without much effort. At stage 1, the cancer has started to grow a little deeper, but it's still contained within the wall of the colon or rectum. It hasn't spread to nearby lymph nodes. And at stage 2, the tumor may be larger and may have grown through the wall of the colon, but it still hasn't reached the lymph nodes or distant organs. So why is this definition so important? Because early stage colorectal cancer is localized. It hasn't yet sent out branches to other parts of the body. And when cancer is localized, our tools like surgery or even polyp removal during colonoscopy are often enough to take it out completely. That's the key. The earlier we catch it, the simpler the treatment, and the higher the chance of a true cure. Part 4, can it be cured? So here's the big question. Can early stage colorectal cancer actually be cured? The answer is yes, absolutely. When the cancer is caught at stage 0 or stage 1, the chances of cure are extremely high, often above 90% with proper treatment. That means most people go on to live full, healthy, cancer-free lives. Even in many cases of stage 2, if the cancer hasn't spread to the lymph nodes, surgery alone can often remove it completely. Now, let's talk about the treatments. Sometimes, if the cancer is still just a polyp, we can remove it right then and there during a colonoscopy. No surgery needed. If the cancer is a bit larger, surgery to remove the affected part of the colon or rectum is usually the best option. If it's removed, many patients don't even need chemotherapy or radiation. I want to share an example. One of my patients, let's call him John, came in for a routine colonoscopy at age 52. He felt perfectly healthy. But we found a polyp that had already started turning into stage 1 cancer. We removed it surgically, and today, years later, he's cancer-free, living his normal life. Stories like John's are not rare. They're the rule when cancer is caught early. So yes, early stage colorectal cancer can be cured, but the key is catching it before it has the chance to spread. Part 5. Why screening is everything now. You might be wondering, if early stage colorectal cancer can be cured so effectively, then why do so many people still die from this disease? The answer is simple. Most cases are found too late, and that's where screening changes everything. A colonoscopy isn't just a test to detect cancer. It's one of the few medical tools that can actually prevent cancer. How? Because during the exam, doctors can find polyps and remove them before they ever have the chance to turn into cancer. Think about that for a moment. In the very same procedure, we can both detect and eliminate the earliest seeds of cancer. Now let's compare outcomes. If colorectal cancer is found through routine screening, treatment is often simple, sometimes just removing a polyp. But if it's found only after symptoms show up, the cancer is often already advanced and treatment becomes far more complex and difficult. That's why the American Cancer Society recommends that everyone start screening at age 45. And if you have a family history of colorectal cancer, you may need to start even earlier. I've seen the difference screening makes. Patients who came in because they followed guidelines often caught cancer so early that treatment was straightforward. Patients who waited, sometimes out of fear or because they felt healthy, faced surgeries, chemotherapy, and much harder battles. The truth is, the fear of a colonoscopy is nothing compared to the peace of mind it brings and the life it might save. Part 6, Life After Early Stage Treatment. So what happens after treatment for early stage colorectal cancer? For many patients, life goes back to normal, but with a new sense of awareness. After surgery or polyp removal, most people don't need aggressive treatments like chemotherapy or radiation. Instead, the focus shifts to follow-up care. That usually means regular colonoscopies so we can make sure no new polyps or cancers appear. It also means checkups with your doctor, especially in the first few years after treatment. But beyond medical follow-up, there's something just as important: lifestyle. Eating more fiber-rich foods like vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and beans. Staying physically active, keeping a healthy weight, and cutting down on alcohol and tobacco. These steps don't just protect your colon, they also improve your overall health, your energy, and even your heart. And here's something many people don't expect. Life after early stage cancer can actually feel better. Why? Because patients often tell me they feel more in control, more motivated to live well, and more grateful for the health they have. So yes, there is life after treatment, a good, long, fulfilling life, and catching the disease early is what makes that possible. Part 7. So here's the bottom line. Early stage colorectal cancer is not a death sentence. It's a disease that in most cases can be completely cured if we find it early. The key is not waiting. Don't wait for symptoms. Don't wait for pain, because by the time warning signs appear, the cancer is often already advanced. If you're age 45 or older, talk to your doctor about getting screened. And if you have a family history of colorectal cancer, don't delay. Ask about starting even earlier. A colonoscopy may sound intimidating, but it's one of the most powerful tools we have in medicine. It can detect cancer when it's easiest to treat, and it can prevent cancer altogether by removing dangerous polyps. I've seen far too many patients who came to me when it was already too late. And I've also seen the incredible relief and joy of those who took action early and are now living long, cancer-free lives. So please make this decision for yourself and for the people who love you. Screening is not about fear. It's about empowerment. It's about giving yourself the best chance at a healthy, fulfilling life. Thank you for spending this time with me today. If you found this video helpful, please consider sharing it with someone you care about. And if you have questions, leave them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer. Remember, take action early, protect your health, and know that when it comes to colorectal cancer, knowledge and timing can truly save lives.